Diversity, equity, and inclusion is a social responsibility at the forefront for all organizations, with the desire and need to be socially responsible more important than ever. Online content is often the first point of contact for customers, employees, investors, and the media. Organizations need to ensure there are no barriers to accessing online content, with access for everyone. Whilst organizations may want to deliver on their DEI mandate and ensure access to all, 94% of content fails to meet some of the most basic requirements, while aggressive litigation and the ongoing promise of compliance continue to line the pockets of lawyers and service vendors. The lack of clarity regarding what constitutes compliance contributes to the problem. For many, it's the problem they didn't know they had. Compliance breaks down into two distinct areas: page content, pictures, words, links, etc., the things on the page, and the technical structure of the page templates, the system building the page, the CMS. A review of US litigation and of Cabinet Office reports cite 9 key page content-related accessibility failures, which make up 91% of all failures reported. Not only are these the 9 that are most likely to be the basis of a legal case or a complaint, they are also the ones that, when addressed, can offer the greatest improvements for website visitors with disabilities. Whilst these 9 content failures are considered to be some of the most basic, there are a number of factors contributing to the challenges organizations face in addressing them. Firstly, the explosion of online content over recent years, accelerated by COVID, when the need for speed to get online often took precedence over governance requirements such as accessibility. This has resulted in a huge backlog of published content that is not accessible. Secondly, an increasing number of people across an organization now publish and edit content, not just those in central web and digital teams. The trend is towards a distributed content publishing model. The challenge then becomes how to train and support staff to understand the complex accessibility standards, how to access content within the CMS, how to check pages for compliance, and how to pinpoint issues and prioritize actions. The time and cost to train and support staff adequately to do this is often prohibitive, and the challenge of getting team members who don't publish content very often to retain the expert knowledge required is doubly difficult. The alternative, a centrally controlled publishing model, creates its own issues, i.e. the central team become a bottleneck and a barrier to publishing better content faster, which is the aspiration for most. Central web and digital teams are very stretched as it is, and whilst they understand the importance of accessibility, it is no surprise that addressing the huge backlog of accessibility failures can easily fall down their list of priorities. To summarize then, website content is the biggest contributor to accessibility failure. Content publishers lack the training and support to get it right first time, so the problem gets worse day by day. And there is a huge backlog of non-accessible content to fix. Imagine that there was a way to enable content publishers to check and fix content accessibility failures in seconds, without the need to understand the complex WCAG standards, accessibility auditing tools, or the content management system. Rather than receiving training on the technicalities, most of which they won't retain anyway, they instead learn by doing. Imagine that the task of addressing the backlog of content accessibility failures could be de-skilled, to the extent that pretty much anyone could fix them with no training at all. The time and costs involved in dealing with the problem would be reduced massively. In fact, we've calculated that 95% of the time and costs involved would be removed. Enter the Accessibility Content Manager. At AAA Track, we have developed the Accessibility Content Manager, or ACM. It sits securely inside your website, and we automate the identification and correction of content accessibility failures. ACM enables anybody who can use a computer and a web browser with no prior knowledge at all to deal with these failures. With ACM, we have taken away the complexity of accessibility, taken away the need to log into a content management system, and taken away the need to learn and manage complex accessibility standards. We've removed the need to check every update has been completed. ACM can find and diagnose accessibility failures, and our AI is able to suggest best practice fixes accurately. In addition, users of the ACM get experiential training, giving them the know-how and confidence to publish accessible content themselves in the future. We can do this because we have over 20 years of experience in accessibility compliance, accumulating over 3.7 trillion data points and over 800 million images, the largest repository to automate the identification and fix accessibility failures using AI. By simplifying the process, the need to understand complex standards is removed. Almost anyone can use ACM to identify, update, and solve accessibility failures. As a collective, everyone in an organization can immediately make an impact by easily and quickly improving the online experience for everyone. Unlike some, we don't make false marketing claims that the ACM can make you 100% compliant with zero effort. But it will help you make significant progress quickly, tackling the things that matter most to people with disabilities, and tackling the failures that are cited in 91% of legal cases at significantly reduced time and cost. For more information or to schedule a demo, please email us at get.compliant@aaa.now.ai and arrange a time to speak with one of our ACM advisors.